Further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor of passing over Article 26, please say aye. Aye. Opposed? No. Motion carries. Article 27, Mr. Messeri.
Mr. Moderator, I move to pass over Article 27.
Board of Selectmen wish to make a recommendation. Mr. Messeri.
Board of Selectmen unanimously recommend.
Finance Committee.
Finance Committee unanimously recommends, so we also hope we will have a chance to visit this article in the not too distant future.
Further discussion? Mr. Messeri.
Originally, this article was put in as a placeholder. As Mrs. Hogarth says, the wastewater is not dead, but we're not prepared to make any presentation to move the project forward at this meeting.
Further discussion? Seeing none on the motion to pass over Article 27, all those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Opposed? Unanimous. Article 28. Mr. Yule.
Yes, Mr. Chairman, I move to transfer from stabilization fund the sum of $70,000 to make certain energy conservation improvements to municipal facilities proposed in Phase 2 of the town's energy conservation program as specified in Article 28, as printed in the warrant.
The motion is the Board of Selectmen wish to make a recommendation. Mr. Yule.
The Board of Selectmen recommend.
Finance Committee.
Finance Committee recommends.
Discussion. Mr. Yule.
Yes, if you will recall, back in last October's town meeting, we approved $50,000 towards some energy projects, one being the town hall and one being the by example, you will find that we had rebates of $9.5 thousand and $3.1 thousand, over $12,000 rebate. And this project that we're looking at here will incorporate the hood school for heating and pumps, third meeting house for lighting, and the library for lighting. Now, by example, that rebate that we experienced in October will cover the cost for the lighting in the third meeting house. So it's not even a charge. So this is a great project that we are working on an annual basis, finding out ways to conserve energy and save money for the town and bring it back in. The turnaround time on some of these projects are just over a year to 4 years. So this is a good benefit for the town, revenue that we're able to use for other programs and other opportunities. Thank you.
Further discussion? This is a transfer from a stabilization account. It requires a 2/3 vote. All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Opposed? Unanimous. Article 29, Mr. O'Leary.
Thank you, Mr. Moderator. Article 29, I move to transfer from line 95, debt service, fiscal year 2010 operating budget, voted under Article 21 of the April 6, 2009 town meeting, the sum of $96,387 to be added to the capital improvement stabilization fund, established under Article 5, the October 2007 town meeting, as specified in Article 29 of the warrant.
The Board of Selectmen wish to make a recommendation.
Board of Selectmen unanimously recommends.
The Finance Committee wish to make a recommendation.
Finance Committee unanimously recommends.
Discussion, Mr. O'Leary.
This $96,000 that is available as a result of non-exempt short-term debt that wasn't necessary to be expended. So therefore, we recommending that it be put into the debt stabilization fund, as we've heard reference to several times this evening, in order to help offset additional expenses and minimizing impact on the tax rate for future obligations that we may have. So we're recommending that it go into the debt stabilization exceeding 32 support.
This is stabilization fund, requires a 2/3 vote. All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Opposed? Unanimous. Article 30. Mr. Misery.
Mr. Moderator, I move to pass over Article 30.
The Board of Selectmen have a recommendation. Mr. Misery.
The Board of Selectmen unanimously recommend.
Finance Committee.
Finance Committee recommends.
Discussion. Mr. Misery.
Our wastewater project is not in need of additional funding, nor is it generating additional funding to put into the stabilization fund.
Discussion. Seeing none, all those in favor, please say, on the motion to pass over, please say aye. Aye.
I should have said trash, I'm sorry.
Opposed? Unanimous. Article 31.
Mr. Moderator, I move to pass over Article 31.
The Board of Selectmen wishes to make a recommendation. Mr. Misery.
The Board of Selectmen unanimously recommend.
Finance Committee.
Finance Committee recommends, however, I would like to add that we are about $640,000 off the targeted amount of 5% of the operating budget, which we need to keep in reserve. It's been very difficult to add to the stabilization account over the last several years. But in the future, we need to try and make more of an attempt to do so.
Further discussion. Mr. Misery.
Just to point out, we've balanced our budget this year. There's nothing left over in the stabilization fund.
All those in favor of the motion to pass over, please say aye. Aye. Opposed? Unanimous? Before we go to the motion to adjourn, if you're not going to take your paper, your warrant, and your budget home with you, there are recycle bins outside in the back. You can just toss them in there, unless you're going to save them forever, like some of us do. Mr. Misery.
First of all, on behalf of the Board of Selectmen, I really wish to thank everyone for such a great attendance here at this town meeting on a warm June evening. Thank you.